Alright, so what's good, fam? It's your man Jay. I'm back with another episode of Evolutionary Comics. And it's been an interesting couple of weeks. So if you watch my videos, you'll see that I've been quite busy. It's been a little bit of a task to get back to making these videos. But I am happy to be sitting in front of my camera and talking to you in the YouTube universe. And I got my stack. So I'm getting right back to it, to what's in my bag. And this is from my last week's pickup. I was about to say November 8th, December 8th. Time is flying, and pretty soon it's going to be, 2022. And, we trying to continue to evolve. We trying to make things happen. So anyway, I'm going to introduce you guys to some books that I picked up this week. One super dope hellified cover that is definitely going to be in the running for my cover of the year. I love this particular cover. I want to give a shout out to my man Tylox the Mighty. Helped me get over 100 subscribers. So I appreciate you for that, bro. Also my man C3. And I can't remember, what is it? Cover Lovers Delight. That's what it is. That's the new episodes from my man C3 over at Keep It Comics. And I got this one book in here that I think that, it may be in the running for one of those Cover Lovers Delight episodes. So you let me know. I think you got it. I'm not sure, but, hit me up and let me know if you got it. Other than that, like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz. And let's get into these books. Let's get it. Alright, so this week, like I say, I've been super behind. I've been in a position where I wasn't able to grab all the books that I wanted to. I'm definitely out of the loop as far as getting variant covers because I'm no longer able to be at my comic book shop when it opens. It's kind of one of those first come, first serve kind of things. I haven't really got the hang of the FOC, so I can let my man know what I really want as far as the comic. You know how a lot of times when you're looking for covers and you go on to different websites, they won't show you what the actual cover looks like, so you really don't know. And with those type of things, they're generally a little bit more valuable than, or they cost a little bit more than some of the regular covers. So you can't say, yo, I want that one, put it in my box, and then you get there and you don't want it or whatever. So anyway, I got to work that all out. But in the meantime, let's see what I got. First up from Marvel Comics is Doctor Strange, The Death of Doctor Strange, and this is Blade, the Blade one-shot, and I think this is by Danny Lore, and the artwork is by Burnett. The artwork is a little different. It's not as, the artwork is a little bit different. It's not something that, that I, really, I don't know, it's a little different. I'll just say that. I'm not going to say that it's not something that I'm used to or whatever, but it's just a little different. But I definitely want to get into reading this one. So yeah, I'll definitely jump into that as soon as possible as far as reading it. Next up from Marvel Comics, the next big event from Chip Zdarsky, and this is Devil's Reign #1. This is the A cover, and I have read this one already, and I will say that Wilson Fisk, the Kingpin, he just can't leave well enough alone. I don't know what's wrong with the dude, but he just got to keep some chaos going on. He became the mayor. He talked to everybody about becoming legit. Tried to make Daredevil look like, the ultimate villain. So Daredevil's out of prison if you've been reading that particular run. And it's going to jump right into Devil's Reign. And not only is Wilson Fisk taking shots at Daredevil, but he's taking shots at the whole superhero community. So, check that one out. But back to that cover that I was telling you about. You guys know that Scotty Young is one of my favorite artists. And this is the Scotty Young version of Devil's Run. And look at that. That is just simply beautiful. To me, this is a dope cover. This is definitely something that my man C3 need to check out on his channel and put in that Cover Lovers Delight. Go check him out. The link is in the description for his channel. And yeah, this is just dope. It's just fire. I actually want a second one of this so I can get one slabbed. I might just go ahead and get this one slabbed and submitted to CGC down in Sarasota. So yeah, this one definitely has to be preserved because I love this cover. It is definitely going to go up into my top covers of the year. Stay tuned for that video. I'm not sure if I'm going to put it out at exactly the end of the year, because I think last comic book day of the year is December 29th before we go into 2022. So anyway, that's what I'm loving. All right, so next up from Boom Studios, we have Basilisk number 5. This is chapter 5, and this book is from Cullen Bunn, and my man Reagan is still dealing with the Chimera and the group of people that she was with, who they have these superpowers and they're out there doing dirt and they're killing people and just, you know, creating havoc. Reagan wasn't with it, and now she has someone who wants revenge against the whole group that she's been helping. And this is going to get to the point to see exactly what the turning point is. It's kind of a climactic point, or the climactic point happened in chapter 4, but we're going to see where they are in this particular book. Next up from DC's Black Label is Refrigerator Full of Heads. This is a Joe Hill House Comics event, and this is written by Rio Yoyers and Tom Fowler, and this is another dope cover. I love this cover. This is super dope to me. I love the way that it's schemed out, and I honestly have to say that I've forgotten what happened. I remember basically this dude, and this is his wife. They had moved somewhere. They went out somewhere. I think she's a creative, and they went somewhere for her to be able to get her creative juices flowing. He was on a boat, went overboard, was chased by a killer all shark. I ain't gonna say all sharks are killers, but a shark that was definitely on their ass. But they ended up finding this axe, and they found some heads. So I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, that's definitely something. It's very interesting. I can't wait to read that one to see where it's going with that. Next up from DC Comics, I have this Batman issue 118. This has been talked about, and there's a bunch of different covers for this one. I saw that gold cover. I wasn't able to see how much it cost. I wasn't trying to buy it because my pockets ain't like that, but I wanted to see, you know, what the value of it was, so when it comes across my desk at a later time, I can be like, okay, this is what the value of it is. But anyway, a new character is going to show up in this one. I think the character's name is the Abyss. So, or somebody kills the Abyss or something crazy like that. I can't even remember exactly what the synopsis was, but it'll be definitely worth the read. And right along with dope covers, I got Green Lantern number 9 by DC Comics. And I saw this cover. There's cover A and then there's cover B. This is cover B. But if you look at it, this is super dope. I love that. You know, it's funny because I see comic books all day. I see a lot of different comic books come across my desk, and I look at the artwork on them, and a lot of times I'm just like, wow, it's crazy how the evolution of comic books has come about. And you'll see that, you know, some of the golden age or the silver age comics, they're very basic as far as the covers go. They tend to use like certain colors. And I noticed that there's a particular era where, like, I think purple was dominant, brown, and I can't remember what the other colors were, but purple and brown were the ones that stuck out in my mind the most. But it's just crazy how things have evolved to these complex covers of today that we love. So, this one I'm really interested in this one because I want to know what happened. Whenever a lot of Green Lanterns get together like that, it tends to mean that somebody died. So we'll be getting into that one too. Next up, this one is one for the LGBTQ community. I want to include everybody. So if you're part of that community and you're like, there's not enough, there's too much testosterone in comics with the heroes and everything, don't trip, because there's something there for you too. And this one is from Image Comics, and this is A Thing Called Truth. And this is issue number 2. I'm trying to remember what happened. I don't think I've read issue number 1, but I'm trying to avoid saying the writer's name. I'm gonna just show you guys because I don't want to mess up that name. But I do know that it's about a gay couple, about them going on a trip, or not just going on a trip, but kind of being forced to go on a trip. So it's something that's interesting, and you know, I want to give a shout out to my girl Tweet, her wife. Give a shout out to my homie Big Papa Thug, and hope she's being safe out there. You better be watching this video too, girl, cause you know, yeah, you better be watching it on your downtime whenever you're not out on the road driving them big trucks. So shout out to her too. So yeah. Anyway, I just thought of them because, you know, the book. But moving right along to the next book, and this one is Two Moons #7, and this is also from Image Comics. So this cover is pretty dope. Nothing on the other ones, but it's pretty smooth, and we'll see what happens with that. Next up is The Magic Order #2 by Mark Millar. And so the goodness of the week, and like I say, I always try to save the best for last. And this is my favorite book right now, my favorite comic that's out right now. And this is from a man, Rodney Barnes. Shout out to Mr. Barnes. And the artwork is by Jason Sean Alexander, that dynamic duo. They be putting in work and creating some really dope stuff for us. And I actually got 3 covers. This is Nita Hall's Nightmare Vlog number 2. And this is, I think this one is cover A. And I got cover B. And this is cover C, I guess. So this one is funny because this one was the only one of this particular cover that my LCS Emerald City Comics in Clearwater, Florida. If you're in the area, check them out. They are the dopest comic book shop in the land. Go in there, give my man Neil a shout out. Talk to my man Frank. Talk to Justin if you're into some vintage back issue comics, some real, you know, valuable, you know, key issues. He's the master of keys, so to speak. Talk to Adam, any other people at Emerald City. They will put you on game, and they will let you know where you need to be in this world of comics. But this one, they put this one aside for me, so I want to give them a shout out for that and thank you. And yeah, so Nita Hall's Nightmare Blog, I am definitely going to read that. I think I'm going to probably read this before I go anywhere else because I want to see what happens with her. This is somewhat of, so this one is somewhat of a tie-in from Philadelphia. If you've been reading that Philadelphia series by Rodney Barnes, that series is hella dope. I can't wait for this. So he's creating almost like an entire world, you know, with this, because this is actually based in Baltimore. Philadelphia, just by the name goes, is based in Philadelphia. Then he has and he also has some stuff also upcoming as well. So check out my man Rodney Barnes, and you know, check out his work that he's creating. He is hella dope. He is one of the premier, finest writers of our era, and probably past eras too. This man is absolutely dope as a creative. So check him out. And that is what I picked up this week. I also want to give a shout out to Dark Side Comics down in Sarasota, Florida. I work down in Sarasota, so whenever I'm down there, you know, I wanted to find a comic book shop. My coworkers told me about this spot, but I picked up a couple of things from them as well yesterday, and I want to show you guys that. It's like a little pickup. So from Dark Side Comics, I picked up this Children of the Plague. I heard this is a one-shot, so I saw it online. I saw somebody else picked it up, and I wanted to check that out. I picked up this Avenging Spider-Man number 13, strictly covered by. I'm not sure who this character is, but as I flipped through the book, it seemed pretty interesting. So you know, he was singing some of that old school funk. So I'm gonna check that one out. And then I also picked up Invincible Iron Man number 11. This is another cover by, I think I have this issue already, but not this particular cover. So, you know, I just saw, you know, my man Miles on the cover, and just figured out, you know, I picked this one up too. I also picked up Dark Blood, and this is the Juni Ba cover. This is Dark Blood number 3. And I wanted this one because I love the cover. So this is another cover by something really dope. I'm not sure if I already have this, but this is like almost a throwback to the homage covers of some of those horror comics back in the day. But since I have a minute, I'm gonna show you. I also picked this up from Dark Side Comics down in Sarasota, and this is one of their grab bags. And as you see, it was $5.99. You get 10 comics. So I haven't opened it at all. I wanted to open it on camera, kind of like a unboxing, mail drop, or whatever you want to call it. But okay, so I got that open, and like I say, it's 10 books in here for $5.99, and they're just random books. They say that they just pick them at random. So what made me pick up this particular pack was this book, and this is The Fallen. This is a Civil War event. Number 1 is by Greg Pak, and it has the Hulk on the cover. So that's why I picked up that one. That's pretty dope. And this is the Doctor Strange, the Punisher Magic Bullets crossover. It's a variant cover. So that was in there. That's number 2. I got Hercules number 4. I got Extraordinary X-Men number 13. Greg Lemire is the writer on this particular one. This is East of West, and it's a Hickman cover, or Hickman is the writer on this one. I have no clue what it's about, but I'll get into it. This is from Vault Comics, and this is called Colossi. Yeah, I don't know. Have no clue what it's about, but I like it because, you know, got a sister with a dynamic afro in it. You see that? So yeah, this is issue 3. I said volume 3, issue 3. Next up, this is Star Trek Green Lantern Stranger Worlds, another crossover book. I have Justice League of America Converge from DC Comics. This is Batman Detective. This is the DC Universe, the DC Rebirth. This is a James Tynion IV book. And this one is also a DC Rebirth. This is Nightwing and the Huntress Partners No More. So yeah, most of these books are things that are kind of outside of my wheelhouse, outside of stuff that I would normally pick up, but that's cool. It was like $5.99, the cost of, you know, a comic book itself, and I got 10. A lot of these may find themselves somewhere that I may be giving them away or something like that, but that's cool. I picked it up from Dark Side Comics. I wanted to give them a shout out, show a little support for them down there in Sarasota. This is my pickup for the week, my what's in my bag, so to speak. And before I go, let's do my comic book covers of the week. I always forget to do that, so let's see. Can't believe I'm passing up Nita Hawes. So throw that Green Lantern out there, refrigerator full of heads. So I'm gonna just go. So this Green Lantern one, I'll say this is my number 3, Green Lantern number 9. That's gonna be my number 3 cover of the week. Refrigerator full of heads. It's my number 2 cover. It's a beautiful cover. And my number 1 cover, and right now it's gonna be the reigning champion for the month, and we'll see where it ranks as far as the year goes. This Scotty Young beautiful goodness, and that's my number 1 cover of the week. So I need to organize this area, organize my other books, try to get, you know, a little bit better packed away as far as having everything bag board in the box, all of that jazz. So, and plus read as well. So, you know, I'm gonna get to that along with the other things that I needed to accomplish today. Hope you guys enjoyed this particular this episode of Evolutionary Comics. I'm trying to, you know, keep it going. I got another video that I'm gonna come out with, and it has something to do with Marvel, the MCU, the ranking of movies. Somebody gave a challenge. I don't know who else is doing it, But I'll just say C3, Tylox, whoever else out there that's supporting the channel. Yeah, I'm gonna be giving y'all a shout out in that one, so stay tuned. Anyway, this is your man Jay. Continue to hang with me, like, comment, subscribe, do all that jazz, and continue to evolve. Evolutionary Comics, and we out.